Hello and welcome to today's edition of Lockdown Learning, a series of short tutorial videos with excerpts and insights from our professional business consulting program, where we teach people from a standing start in around 6 weeks to become a professional business consultant. And today's edition is called Business Profit Made Simple, where we boil down the very mechanics of business profit into a couple of very simple, understandable concepts. So there are two underlying concepts that I want to get across to you in this short tutorial. And it's a powerful combination of two things that, when present, lead to business profit. Of course, profitability is the holy grail of business. We want to actually be making money and sustaining profitability, and growing revenue that is also profitable is easier said than done. But in terms of the mechanics that underpins profit, they're very, very simple, and they really fall into two categories, and those two categories are how beneficial what you have is to the customer. So beneficial, so how beneficial is your offering to the customer, and how unique is your offering to the customer. When you have these two things together, you've got a very, very powerful situation. You've got a highly beneficial product or service, that is to say that it delivers a serious problem solution. It really solves a problem for your customer, and or delivers a major benefit. They actually care about it. Their life is better than it was before. They're faster, stronger, healthier, they're saving money, whatever it might be. And not only that, not only is it beneficial, but also at the same time, there's nowhere else they can go for that thing. So it is also relative to what other offerings are out there in the market. This is a relatively unique offering. And excuse me a moment, I'm just going to get my cloth. I'm going to wipe this off for you. I'm going to show you something else. So if we could just get that off just now. So there is a continuum in business which you can't really escape from, right? Everyone's stuff is somewhere on this continuum, and the continuum goes from what we call commodity at this end, and I'm going to do this in green because this is the happy place, monopoly at this end. Okay, so this is a measure of uniqueness fundamentally. So everyone's stuff sits on this line somewhere. Everyone's products, services sit on this line somewhere, and the more towards commodity your products and services are, the more the customer is simply interested in price, and that is because they can go elsewhere for those products and services. Conversely, if you're at the monopoly end of the spectrum, you're the only place the customer can go to for that thing, and if you couple that with the fact that it's highly beneficial to them and they can go nowhere else for that, then we know what monopolies can do. They can charge significantly more money and generate larger profits. So we want to be here, we want to have offerings that are highly unique, but you better believe that, I'll do this in red because it's a bad thing, the market pressure, okay, that is to say competition in the market, is pushing our products down to commodity, because as soon as we start to have profitable success, guess what? Other companies want a piece of that action. They enter the market, and all of a sudden your offering wasn't that interesting or unique anymore. So everyone's stuff is somewhere on this line. An old mentor of mine, when I was doing my innovation training at a place called the Eureka Ranch in the US, I stayed for a while with the chief exec there and the founder of the Eureka Ranch, who we went through our black belt program. His name is Doug Hall. You should look him up. Highly recommend his stuff. But he's got a great phrase, and I've never been able to better it. He says, if you're not unique, you better be cheap. So I'm just going to steal that for a moment. If you're not unique, you better be cheap. And that is this inescapable rule of business, where everyone's stuff is somewhere on this line between monopoly and commodity. We want to be at the monopoly end, but we're constantly being pushed down towards the commodity end. When you add in the meaningfulness component to this, so when you want to address how meaningful your offering is to the customer, then that is the other major thing that you need to understand. So if you have something that is unique but is not meaningful, okay, so it's not beneficial in any way whatsoever, there's no beneficial component to the customer, no utility, doesn't solve any major problem, doesn't deliver a big benefit, then what you have at that point is commonly known as a gimmick. You have a gimmick. So if you have something that is only unique but is not beneficial, you have a gimmick. But equally, if you have something that is maybe beneficial but is not unique, as you can see, it is going to be at the commodity end of that line, that continuum that I just showed to you there. So if you were to graph uniqueness, okay, along here, so from very low to very high, and how beneficial your offering is, then you can see that the more unique products become, the greater the wins and the greater the losses. So when you actually chart out real products and services that have been launched, you see a pattern that kind of looks a bit like this. That makes sense. So the more unique things are, the bigger the wins and the bigger the losses. So you can actually track whether these companies have made money or lost money based on these two factors. Okay, so this is a highly profitable zone. This is where we all want to be, where our products are, our offerings are highly unique, and also they deliver a significant benefit to the customer, so really gives a real problem solution up here. But down here, the gimmick territory is where everyone loses money. Okay, so you don't want to be down there. So these are gimmicks. Oops, I did it. And these are what you might call innovations. Okay. And down here, we've got commodities. Okay, so everyone down here is fighting for pennies, reducing price, and we really don't want to live in this zone. So we don't want to be in this zone here, we don't want to be in this zone here, but we do want to be in this zone up here. Okay, and that's it. That's fundamentally the two underlying principles of what delivers business profitability. The level of uniqueness of your offering and the level of benefit or the beneficialness of your offering to the customers. When you have both, you have a highly profitable, powerful position. When you lack one or other or both of those, then your business is not in good shape. As I said earlier, sustaining this position, sustaining profitability, being able to continuously create and launch products and services that have these qualities and continuing to scale the turnover while sustaining that position, all difficult things to do, but fundamentally the underlying principle that you need to understand is fairly solid and fairly simple, and it is just this: beneficial uniqueness is what delivers profit. Thanks for listening. I'll see you at the next edition tutorial of Lockdown Learning.